I'll bet you didn't know that the US is currently at war in Nigeria with troops on the ground. And if you did, you probably didn't know that it's mostly about weapons and oil, although I'm sure you could have guessed. The media silence on this is deafening, but what else is new? Let's dig in. When the war in Iran started, I said that it was the start of the next world war, and I still believe that. Nigeria is more evidence. It's hard to recognize because world wars wouldn't happen like they used to. But the West and Russia and China are using religious and political factions all over the world to fight each other right now. Ukraine, Iran, Cuba, Venezuela, Sudan, and Nigeria. And we of course can't forget about Lebanon and Gaza. In 2024, the US was kicked out of Niger. This is where we had a drone and intelligence hub that surveilled all of West Africa for us. And so the US began looking for an alternative. Northern Nigeria happens to be a very unstable place right now. This is the Muslim majority side of the country. Although this has nothing to do with religion, even though, again, Trump is trying to sell this as a religious war, saying Christians are being persecuted in the country, which is not true. In northern Nigeria, they're dealing with insurgencies from extremist elements, like ISIS, which is trying to establish a new caliphate in the region. So the US is helping and fighting on behalf of the ruling party. In fact, they just killed the head of ISIS in the region. They're leading regular strikes and have troops on the ground training and coordinating, but this isn't your typical advising. These troops have been embedded within Nigerian units and are fighting with them. And we've been there since, at the latest, February. Now, in addition to a base for drones and intelligence, Nigeria has a couple other things which are probably a little more important to Trump. First, the US is starting to get short on weapons and needs certain minerals to produce more. And China has blocked them from access to a lot of those minerals that they have. Well, wouldn't you know it that Nigeria has just what he needs. And not only that, they have more oil than any other country in West Africa. ISIS generally funds themselves through black market oil and extortion. And they've been pushed out of a lot of the Middle East and Northern Africa. So Nigeria is pretty key for them as well. This might be something that goes on for a long time.